my friend. I hope that you are well. So far, we have only used comparison operators to take decisions with if-else statement, right? But let's suppose we want to check if two values are actually equal, instead of one being greater or less than the other. And for that, we have different equality operators. So let's start again with an age variable. So const age, and I will set it to 18. Okay? I am using age all the time because it is so easy to make simple calculation with it. So let's now create an if statement which will log to the console that the person can just become a student only if the age is exactly 18. So we can use an if statement as you already know. And now, to check if the age is equal exactly 18, we use the triple equal like this. Okay? It's very important. I repeat, it is exactly 18. We use the trips equal, and that's it. So let's now write a block of this if statement and execute it. Now, whenever our if block only have one line, we actually don't need two curly braces. Okay? So we don't need to create this block if we have only one line that we want to execute on this block. Okay? We can remove them, or we can omit these curly braces. So here I just make console.log, and here you are student now. Okay, so let's test this one, and it is good. That works. Okay, and if the value would be something else, for example 8, then 8 is no longer equal to 18, and we should not see this result. So if I change here, oops, I'm not really careful, 8, and this one, if I reload, as you can see, we don't have anything in the console. Okay, so let it put back here. Oops, always I can't write 18. Good. So how does this equality operator here actually work? Well, just like the comparison operators, this operator will return a true or false value. So a Boolean value, only that in this case true will only be the result of this operator. Okay, and both sides are exactly the same. Okay, let's actually show that the result to you, and actually we can do that right here in the console directly. Okay, so if I say 18 equal to 18, okay, this will be true, as you can see. But if I say 18 equal to 19, as you can see, it is false. Okay, and so exactly what we used here as a condition in this if block. Okay, so don't confuse the assignment, which is just a single equal, with a comparison operator, which is this triple equal. Now, besides this triple equal, we also have a double equal. So the difference is that is one here with the three equals is called the strict equality operator. I repeat, it is called the strict equality operator. It is strict because it does not perform type coercion. And so it only returns to when both values are exactly the same. On the other hand, there is also the loose equality operator, which is only two equals. And the loose equality operator actually does the type coercion. So let's see that here in the console again. So in this case I can write 18, but as a string. Okay, equal with double equal only, 18 as a number, and it will still give me true, as you can see. Okay, so again, the double equal does type coercion. So what this means is that this string here is 18 will be converted to a number, and then the number is equal to 18 number here. Okay, here is what does it mean, the type coercion in this case. Okay, so now as I mentioned, the triple equal does not perform type coercion. And so let me show you that to you. And always in the console, here we have used 18. I can just use here a triple equal, and as you can see it is false because there is no type coercion. Okay, so the string is of course different than 18, the number, so it is not the same, and JavaScript does not convert them from us or for us. So let's try that also here in our code. I am just going to copy this one. Okay, I make copy here, copy paste. So here I will write strict equality, and here I will use loose equality, and of course I will change the triple equality by just double equality. So if I run this now, but this condition should be true, and this one also. Okay, so 18, the number which is the age right now, is equal to the 18, the number, right? It is strictly equal, but it is also loosely equal. So the 18 number is of course also loosely equal to this 18 here. So let's see that in the console. So we just remove console, and as you can see I have the both message here for the strict and the loose equality. But now if we change this 18 to a string like this, well, what do we expect to happen then? Let's see. And we have, as you can see, only this line of code. Okay, it is executed. So this one, which is loose here, as we see, and so that's because of the result that I showed you earlier, which is that with the loose equality operator, 18 to string is the same as 18 the number, because 18 to string will be converted to 18 the number. So I hope that's not too confusing for you. It is actually quite confusing, I know, topic in JavaScript, because this loose equality operator. So this one here is full or really weird rules in behavior and behaviors. Okay, this means that if we use this one, this can introduce many hard to find bugs into our code. So as a general rule for clean code, avoid to lose the loose equality operator. Okay, it's very important, as much as you can. I mean this one, of course, with double equal. So when comparing values, always use the strict equality with 3 equal signs as I showed you in this code. And that's the reason why I showed you this one first. Okay? It's something that actually most JavaScript developers advise you to do. So it's a good rule for sure, even if you actually need type conversion. In that case, it's better to convert the value manually before the comparison than relying on the double equal operator. So always default to the triple equal operator and pretend that this one does not even exist. Okay? Of course, I still needed to show it to you, but from now we will assume that it doesn't even exist. Okay? Great. So let's do another example here, because I actually have some more great stuff to show you. And the first thing that I want to show you is that there is a pretty simple way of getting value from any web page. We can do that by using the prompt function. Prompt function. Okay? And again, we will learn what functions are in the next section. But this is how it works. So we just write prompt and then a string. Okay? And then let's ask the user for his favorite number. So for example, what is your favorite number? Okay? So it is in this favorite variable, this prompt function. If I reload now the page, what we got? We have this pop-up. Do you see? Or this prompt window. And here we can input something. And for example 18, and I can hit return. Of course, I get nothing, as you can see. So for this case, because I got nothing, what I will do, I want to retrieve the value that I have entered in this prompt. So I repeat. Here I put 20. If I hit enter, I can see here in the console. Okay, so I need to retrieve this value. How to retrieve this value? I just create a variable to store this value returned from this function. So I will create directly from here. I will create a variable const favorite, like this. Okay, so it is in this favorite variable where the value that we put into the phone, this one, that will be stored. Okay, so I will add the console.log to see it. Console.log favorite. Now you can see it. 18, and here you see it, the 18 that we have get from this prompt window. And if you see the color of this value, it is in black. What does it mean? So remember, it means it is string. So let me prove that to you by checking the type. Okay, so I will add it directly from here. Type of favorite. Let's see. You see, it is string. Okay. Now, of course, we have to give a number or anything else. It will be because the string. So now, let's write some logic here. To check if this is a variable is great a number. What does it mean? So let's say if favorite equal 30. Okay, and console. I don't need the double quote because it is one line. Console.log. Yeah, I will just write a message. Good. It is the correct number, for example, something like this. Now, if I reload and I put 30, I got the message. Do you see? At this moment, what we want to get. Why is that? Why? Because we use the double equal operator here, which is the lose equality operator. And this one, we do the type coercion, right? So right now, what we have here is basically 30, the string, which is this one, equal to 30. Oops. Okay. So I just can write it from here directly. So I can add a comment here, something like this. Here what we have done, 30 equal to 30. Good. Let's continue. However, if we use the triple equal, like this. So strict operator. So this one, it should not work. Let's try this. 30, and I got only one message, not the both. Okay. If it works, I got the both, because here it is equal and this one is equal, but it is not the case. And by now, I think you already understand why that is, right? So remember how I said that we should always use this one, okay? It's very, very important. And so we now have to convert this string to a number. And we can actually, what we can do here, wrap. Just comment this one before this one, I don't need it. Check only the last one. What we can do here, we can wrap this all code here with, remember, with a number function. Do you remember? Like this, just like this. Okay? So a number, and then we put all this code here. And I think normally it will generate the 30 as number, not as a string. So let's check this one directly. 30, and good. I have the message now because I have command this one. If I let it, I got two messages. Do you see? So if I write something here, I don't have this one. I have this one for this case. I have, oops, 30 equal 30, like this, because favorite is a number here. Okay, it's very, very important. Now, if I use something else, for example, I use 20 like this, then of course here I don't get any message, and you see here the type is number now. Okay, so if I have another number different to 30 here, then this will of course be false because they are different. But this actually brings me to my next point, which is the next cool thing that I want to show you. And that is, we can actually add more condition to an if-else statement. What I mean? So far we have only used if-else. Okay, something like this. Okay, we have just used like this. Good. However, we can also add an else if block that works like this. So I will remove this one again. I added now else and then a new if block. Yeah, we can do this. Okay, and now for example, I just want to check if, of course, there is condition here, if favorite is equal to 10, for example. Okay, and here I will put console.log 10 is also the correct number. Of course, I have left the curly braces because for readability only one. I can remove from the block here because it is one exception. Just to show you the if else. Okay. And so, what this will do is to first check if the favorite is 30, else if it doesn't not 30. For example, I have put 20. So it check this condition again. If it is not equal to 10, in this case, it will continue the execution of the code. Instead, we got one of the previous message. Okay? So, let's see that. Here I put again 30. I got my first message. Now, if I put 20, I have no message. But if I put 10, here I have the second message. Okay? It doesn't equal to 30, and I pass directly to this if, the second if. Else, if it doesn't know the correct value, I test the second value, it is 10, and that is the case in this one. Okay, so I can now add it, for example, when I finish, I can add an else block to say, for example, number like this. I just a message, a number is not 30 or 10, like this. So if now I check for 20, I got this message, number is not 30 or 10. And so that's our else block here that will be executed. Okay, if I put 10, this one, and if we put 30, this one. Okay, and of course I can add another else if block here. So I can do it before this. I can add, for example, I will check if favorite is equal to 5. So if else if, or let's put this one here, and I will repeat the same code here, but with 5, just 5. Okay, and here I put 5 is also the correct number, else the last one. Here I can do number is not 30 or 10 or 5, like this. So here I can check for, if you want, I can add the previous block to see really the else if very well, and something like this, just like this. Okay, good. So let's check this one. 20. I have the last message because why 20 here? 20 is not equal to 13. I pass to this block. If. Is it equal to 10? No. I pass to if block, the second else. It is equal to 5? No. I pass to the else, the latest one. So it is in this block here, so we print this message. But if I put 5, I have this message because it is not equal to 30. I pass to this one, it isn't equal to 10, and I pass to this one, it is the case, so I put this message. So simple. Okay, so we now have a way of not going immediately into the else block once the initial condition is false. So if this one is false, it doesn't immediately go into the else block. Oops, I don't know what is the problem with my mouse. I mean, this is else block. Okay, so there are another condition that can be checked before the latest else block. So this condition, for example, and this condition. Okay, if the first one doesn't match. So I hope that makes sense, and we actually use this from time to time. Huh? Okay, and now to finish, there is also an operator for different. So we talk about equal, but of course, there must also be an operator which does the opposite. And so that's the different operator. And so let's now check if the favorite is different from 30. I write this. So if favorite, and now what I will use exclamation mark like this, and then double equal. Okay, which is the strict version of the different operator. So 30, good. Okay, and also we have with only one equal. So it is this one. Okay, the same thing that the previous one, but just with one equal. So I will use now the strict difference. Here, if the number it is not equal to 30. Okay, so let's log the message console.log. It is not the 30. Okay, so let's try that, and let's use 20 for example here. So what do you think will happen when you use the number 20? So we get this message. It is not the 30. Okay, that's of course coming from this if block. Okay, so if 20 is of course different from 30, and so this code here is being executed. But now, if you actually use the 30, then only this line of code, of course the previous one, will be executed, and this one here isn't, because the favorite number is now equal to 30. And so of course it doesn't make sense to then execute this one here. So sometimes we need the different operator, and sometimes we need the equality operator. Just choose whatever you need to solve any particular problem. In both cases, just make sure to use the strict version of the operator. Okay? So I hope that we have understand when we use the strict equality operator that is strict, and also when we use the double operator that I don't recommend you to use it. Okay? That make the loose equality. Of course, when you use different, it depends of which case you need, equality or different. Okay? Just practice, and see you for next video inshallah to talk about Boolean logic, and we continue of course to enter in detail in this JavaScript course. Take care of us. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel Faisal Azib, and to follow me on Instagram teams.winners and Faisal.cheku, Telegram Near Practice and Share, and Twitter's Teams Winners. Take care of us. Tell you goodbye. Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh.